Hey, it's Benny. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing great. So recently I had the opportunity to talk to my friends about what I was going through last year, and one of the things that I kept bringing up was how I felt like a third wheel. Now, for those of you who don't know what a third wheel is, allow me to enlighten you. Basically, a third wheel is a person hanging out with a couple, but the person feels so distant, left out, and ignored from the couple. That is how I felt like when I hung out with friends. Now, 90% of my friends are in relationships, and I'm happy for them. Life sucks sometimes, so it's nice to know that they have someone to help make life better. I, on the other hand, did not. I recently got out of a friendship with my best friend. We're cool now, but the fact that I had lost my best friend, I felt like I lost someone that I could trust, that I could relate to, etc. So I was alone, and I was hanging out with people in relationships, and it was like love here, love there, love everywhere. Love! I don't get enough of it. All I get is these vampires and bloodsuckers. But in all seriousness, though, I felt like a third wheel. So I figured I'd make this video to educate the couples on how not to make someone feel like a third wheel. So, couples, listen up. I'm going to educate you today. The first thing you got to keep in mind is you got to keep the lovey-doveyness to a minimal. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, when you hang out with someone, and you're with your significant other or the person you're going out with, normally you're going to hold hands. That's like the universal way of saying you're together. And that's respectable. That's understandable. No one should ever tell you you cannot hold hands with your significant other or person you're going out with. No one ever can. Okay? You can even hug the person you're going out with or your significant other. That is fine too. But when you start kissing your significant other or the person you're going out with, you want to limit how often you kiss, and how long. Okay? My friend said there's always time for personal time. And that is true. So, if you're with a friend and you start making out with your significant other or person you're going out with, they're going to feel left out. And the first thing that's going to go through their mind is, great, I got to deal with this. I could have been doing something else. If you're hanging out with someone that's been hurt because they just got out of a relationship that they were really into, that'll definitely hurt them in the feels. Like, in extreme cases, they will feel like they're going to die alone. Like, that is how I felt. I felt like I was not going to find anyone, that I was going to die alone. Like, I really did. People are going to feel sad because you're happy because you have someone, but they don't. And while you're getting your Mac on, your friend's just over here sighing and saying, when am I going to find someone? You want to keep that to a minimal, okay? Like I said, and like my friend said, there's always time for personal time. So if you want to do stuff, you do it when you're not with your friend, okay? When you're with your friend, you can hold hands and hug and kiss ever so often, okay? Now that we've got that covered, the second thing that you need to do is involve them in communication, in a conversation of some sorts. What I mean by is this. Suppose your friend is lagging behind. The first thing you need to do is get them involved in a conversation. Did you watch the game lately? If they haven't dealt with any issues, they'll probably go along with it. Oh yeah, I watched the game last night. That was bogus. Can't believe they did that. Me neither, bro. Me neither. God. They should have done better. I totally agree. They'll more than likely talk about what you want to talk about. And that's good. Now, if it's someone who has had something happen in their life, whether it be they got out of a relationship that they were into, or if something has happened, like someone has passed away, they're not going to want to talk. So you can ask them, how's everything going? And they may not answer you. Okay? They may not want to answer you because you're not showing interest. Okay, that's the first thing you need to do. You need to show interest. You need to show that you're there for them. So, how's it going? It's okay, I guess. Not much is going on. You gotta seem interested. Keep the conversation going. If you talk to the person about what they want to talk about, they'll eventually start to warm up to you. So what you been up to? Just stuff, work, school, meditation. Oh, meditation? I didn't know you meditated. Yeah, I just recently started. Well, tell me more about this meditation stuff. I didn't know you meditate. Really? I didn't think you would be interested in talking about meditation. I just never knew anything much about it, I didn't know anything about it. So come on, tell me, fill me in. What's going on? Something to keep the conversation going. Once you do that, you'll start to make them feel less of a third wheel. Okay? Now, the third and final thing, it's important. It is very important. Is how personal you guys talk about things. Okay? Most of the time, and I'm going to be a little more mature themed here. Most of the time, when people talk about mature things, people talk about personal things, they tend to talk about their sex life. Now, not everyone is like that. Not everyone talks about their sex life. But if you talk about your sex life, meaning you and your significant other / person you're going out with sex life, that can get a little strange. Okay? Now, personally, I don't care if you talk to me about anything. I mean, if you want to talk to me about your sexual escapades, go ahead. Not many people are like that. Some people tend to already feel distant if you've talked to them about sex. So, we had sex last night. Okay. Didn't need to know that. And sometimes people are, like me, tend to, give off weird messages, or mixed messages rather, per se. Not weird, mixed. I promise, I'm not weird. So, we had sex last night. Okay. Cool. I really don't care. If you want to tell me, hey, tell me. If not, hey, I'm fine with that too. Some people, though, kind of get a little, I guess the example might show it. We had sex last night. Really? Tell me more. I'm interested in hearing how this happened. What did you guys do? If that's the case, you want to hold off, okay? Some people tend to cope differently, and it's possible that someone might get excited about hearing your sexual escapade. So, you want to hold off on being too personal, unless you know for a fact that they don't care, or they can tolerate it. If they get a little too excited, then you want to hold off for real. So, try to keep things personal, but not too personal. Try to keep your love life, the personals of your love life, private. Keep that to yourself, between you and your significant other / couple or person you're going out with, because you can seriously freak them out, especially if they're still a virgin. I'm not ashamed to admit it, in all honesty. So, if you do those 3 things, I can guarantee you will have friends that will no longer think that you are making them feel like a third wheel. Otherwise, you will not see them that often, and they will want to avoid you. So, take note. Anyway, that's all I had for today. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or suggestions, definitely hit me up. Let me know. I know this one was a little longer, but I felt like I needed to say this. So, anyway, this is Dr. Brencher signing off, and I will see you guys next time. I got nothing.